In this video we head to Baku for the Azerbaijan Grand Prix for what is the second street circuit race, back to back with Monaco coming up. How are we guys, Brown here and welcome to the My Team career mode here today in Baku, and we're going to jump straight into qualifying, not really going on in the background of the career at the minute. But if you missed the last episode in Monaco, we had a fantastic race, I will leave it at that. But our first lap in Q1 then in Baku, not great to be honest. We would have seen we were P8 and we've dropped to P15, so we are right on the bubble to get into Q2. We're heading to the line. Obviously it's a very kind of weird track in a way. As we come to the end of Q2 now, we go through the quick chicane there. You can see set the slowest time, we're in P16 and we're currently 1.2 seconds up on our very first lap. We come trundling down the straight, we cross the line. It isn't going to get us out of Q2 unlike in Monaco, but it is going to give us P13. So still a decent qualifying. Obviously I wasn't expecting nowhere near what happened in Monaco, but I think with a good strategy we could maybe get points. But before we do go to the race, you can see here we've actually won our rivalry with George Russell just in qualifying, 31-13. And whilst we're here, we might as well show you the acclaim. Our acclaim's just gone up to level 6, but now properly, let's get into it.
A warm welcome to all of you watching at home to today's Azerbaijan Grand Prix, and a race that in its short history has already proven no stranger to drama. A fourth row start is just about as likely to give you a podium as a pole position would. And remember, in 2017 and 2018, both Lance Stroll and then Sergio Perez took surprise podiums here. With 20 turns and a length of 3.7 miles, Baku City Circuit in the heart of the Azerbaijan capital is a real test of a driver's endurance, patience and precision. 90-degree corners through Sector 1 lead into a tightening uphill sprint as we start to circle around the old city. Then a 1.4-mile chase flat out through Sector 3 towards the finish line. Before we begin, let's take a quick look at the grid lineup for today's race. Valtteri Bottas lines up on pole position, and starting alongside in P2 is Sebastian Vettel. As we continue through the rest of the grid today, we have Hamilton, Leclerc, Max Verstappen and Albon, Raikkonen, Perez, Ocon and Lance Stroll, Giovinazzi, Norris, Brown and Gasly, Ricciardo, Magnussen, Carlos Sainz and Roman Grosjean, Russell, Latifi, Kvyat and Guan Yu Zhou. It's almost time for the lights to go out, so let's head down to the track and get this Grand Prix underway.
So Baku giving us some classic races in the past, 2017, 2018, 2019 not so much. Hopefully 2020 can be a good one. Strategy, I was really undecided what to do. I weren't going to start on the hards either way, but we're going to be starting on the mediums and going to the hards as the fire of red lights come on here. Long hold of the lights, but they are out here in Azerbaijan and we can get racing. It's a good start from the Mercedes up front. I think that's Lewis Hamilton. We're going to try ahead round the outside of several cars that were side by side with Kimi Raikkonen, and now we're going to have a pop at Lance Stroll as we have to back out of it because of Kimi Raikkonen. Absolute storming down our inside, goes for the dive bomb going into turn 2 as now we head up to where we've seen some incidents in the past. We're going to dive bomb Raikkonen and Lance Stroll, and now we're going to try and head to the outside, but you have to back out of it though. Them two still side by side as we head to the second chicane. And now you can see Stroll, we're on the outside of Stroll, we're going to switch back Stroll. He's got a very poor exit, and that is a hell of a move, if I do say so myself. Very good move, and we have gained quite a few positions at the start of this race as we head through the castle section. So this is what happened at the start. You can see I tried to go down the inside of Stroll, and then Raikkonen just comes out of nowhere and does a big dive bomb, and then this was the move on Stroll. We leave it late, go up the inside, and then I knew Stroll was going to force me out, so I broke earlier, did the switch back, and that is a great move, and we are just on the verge of points in P11. But it's going to be hard keeping this racing point behind, and Lance Stroll all over the back of us. But to my surprise, just by keeping the ERS mode on, we managed to stay ahead of Lance Stroll. He beats us into the braking zone though. We're going to defend to the outside. He doesn't get the exit he wants. We put overtake back on, and now then we did keep him behind for another lap. On lap 3 though, here he comes again. We did defend him that time, and we're trying to re-attack him. We actually lost out rather, but we are side by side with Lance Stroll now, heading into the castle section. He backs out, he's clever, he doesn't want to crash at possibly one of the tightest parts on the calendar, let alone the track. Coming off the back of Monaco, that is quite a big statement. This is the replay of what happened. You can see Stroll just gets all out of shape on the apex, and we just tried to get the exit. We weren't quite there. He blocks us off, so we just sailed back round his outside brake that little bit later, and then I was kind of worried here that he wasn't going to back out, but I was very glad that he did, and we can keep the P11. But it's only a matter of time, and here comes Stroll again. He's on the soft tyres as well, so he does have that little bit extra performance, but of course those soft tyres really don't last that long, and you can see here as we go on to lap 7, Stroll is starting to drop back and is now 1.6 seconds behind us, and those softs really going off. You can see Norris there on the hard tyres as we head through the chicanes. There's yellow flags behind, and this is because Lance Stroll has spun it. His tyres, we said his tyres look to be gone, and they definitely have gone. As through the S section, he loses the back end, he catches it, but then he don't know what he's doing there, he lost it again. But this is another AI mistake, and I'm loving this. Lewis Hamilton, bit of Renault front wing there you might have seen, and that is how it is race ruined along with Stroll. Stroll has retired from the Grand Prix, the VSC is out, and now it is ended, and we can get on with our race. We have got Bottas just up the road, but we're compared to that Mercedes. The Mercedes is in the Premier League, we're stuck in the conference with our car at the minute. If you want to use football, past goes Charles Leclerc. There's no point fighting the Monegas, he's always going to get past us. Like I was saying a second ago, we are in a different league to Ferrari, Mercedes and Red Bull. The only reason we managed to beat Red Bull in Monaco was because you can't overtake at Monaco. I feel if you had that on any other track, we would have been long gone. We would have dropped like a stone in that race. We try defend Norris, but Norris very good. He was always going to get past us, but on this lap we're going to pit. His teammate Carlos Sainz is going to have a go at us. He's going to go straight on, but we are going to head into the pits to make our one and only stop onto the hard tyres. We're trying to do down the pit lane now. It's a really hard pit lane to judge for your braking point to not speed in the pit lane, you know. We go onto the hards then, and let's just see where we can be towards the end of this race. A lot of cars in this race starting on the hards and doing that late stop to the soft tyres, but although that does kind of look like one of the best strategies, I don't think I could go that long on the hards, because they don't feel great as we go down the inside of our teammate and take that position off of him. We haven't really had too much of a battle with Guan Yu Zhou so far this season. It's kind of just been just getting past him, because we've always been that little bit ahead, or that pit stop ahead. We've never been level and actually had that fight. But on to lap 17 now, and out of the race goes Guan Yu Zhou. And that's another painful one. He retired again. I think that's his second retirement of the season. And you can see here, you can hear it's already gone, and he is out. You can see there, it does not sound healthy. That Honda engine has gone, and we're the sole remaining brown GP car then, as we're into P13. We're side by side with Carlos Sainz, who has made that strategy we were saying earlier, from the hard onto the soft tyres. So if you think we're a whole different step in tyres, because we've got the medium between the soft and the hard. So yeah, we're on the completely wrong tyre to challenge. We've actually lost 2 positions because Esteban Ocon has got past us as well there. So we're down into P14 in this race. And we've nearly lost the back end there for good effect. And them two are side by side. Up front, that is Ricciardo and Lando Norris. And now we're dropping like a stone. This was definitely a reality check, if I can get my words out. Just Monaco was such a high, and just here we had no pace, we have no straight line speed, we can barely go round a corner. But the high downforce tracks really do seem to suit us, as through there goes Pierre Gasly, and that's annoying because this literally is, there's 2 laps to go at this point. But here we go then. We've now got the Haas behind us of Romain Grosjean, who we were fighting earlier on in the Grand Prix, I think. But here he comes now, with literally 2 laps to go at this point, I believe. Past goes the Haas, and this really is just reality check as we go. Yep, 2 laps to go. We can't defend him there. We try to defend him down the inside. We do squeeze him out quite a bit there, but yeah, down in P15, it's not a good race for us. We did lose out to Grosjean. Valtteri Bottas has won the race, and that is kind of a bit of big pill to swallow. Definitely from Monaco, it was such a high, and this was definitely a big reality check.
Alright, race over. Take care of the car on the way in.
Yes, another historic win under their belts. Well done to the team at Mercedes. Anthony, tell me, what was it that helped them achieve this success?
Well, this was a real team victory. They put together a solid strategy today that appeared well suited to the conditions out on track. The driver did everything that was expected of them in the moment to really execute the team's plan to perfection, a shining example of how F1 really is a team sport.
So after a magnificent race, we can now see the drivers making their way to the podium. Once again, it's the Silver Arrows who take top spot, a well-earned victory for Mercedes.
So that's been your Baku Grand Prix, then Azerbaijan Grand Prix. And it's a win for Valtteri Bottas. Then Hamilton taking a penalty. So that would have put him 5 seconds. He would have been on the podium, so that's slightly annoying on his part. But yeah, a frustrating race, that one. I think the strategy was there. It just, especially for the fact that we were right on the brink of points at the start of the race, and then those hard tyres just, they weren't good. We just dropped like a stone. But then I think if we had tried the 2-stop, it probably would have been the same scenario, which Obviously it's not ideal, because next season hopefully we can come back here with a more competitive car and possibly challenge. But yeah, I think after the last 2 rounds at Spain and Monaco, I felt we really did start to pick up, especially with the points. And 18 points in the standings in the constructors. Because we're still there, 18 points into P11. We're not that far behind Paris, just 10 points. But that isn't a racing point. We're in a Baron GP car. We're still ahead of Haas and Williams. But yeah, I don't really know what to make of that one. Very disappointing race, especially when you go off of Spain and Monaco. But yeah, this was just, it was kind of just, you know, going, look, you've had your fun, but this is what the car's really like. And now going in back into the HQ, and one of our sponsors is up, and it's actually Quest. And I know this is really a petty thing, but I didn't want to choose Quest again, because you couldn't really see it on the car when it was in like the TV cameras. So we've gone with Sunburst, because they have decent money and a fairly realistic goal from where we are currently in the standings. I know some of the seasons down the line, if we have a more competitive car, are for valuable, but at the minute, no. But if you have enjoyed this video, make sure to like and subscribe, and I will see you next time for the Canadian Grand Prix.